So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, without talking about it, I'm going to show you what I would do with a team right off the bat to get an understanding about what they feel makes a good team. Guys, come on over. You can leave the balls. Just roll them out over there for now. So, what do you guys think? You've been on a team. You've been on a few teams already, haven't you? What do you think makes a great team? What are some of the things that make a great team?
Communication.
Communication. Excellent. Let's stay with communication. How many different types of communication are there?
Three.
Three. Excellent.
Gestures.
Gestures, what we call body language.
There's words.
Verbal.
And I think there's one more. Hand motions.
There's gestures.
Well, then two. I know two.
There's verbal. There's body. There's another important part about communication. If I'm talking to you, what must you do?
Listen, I'll look at you.
Oh, I got to do more than look at me. You've got to listen. So a lot of times, coaches, we forget that the other most important part of communication is not just what's being said, but are we actually hearing it? If my wife was here right now, she'd say I'm not an expert in that area. So here's the thing. One of the things that we talk about in communication is watching our body language. As players, we want to make sure that our body language is always positive. Sometimes as coaches, we send mixed signals. What's your name again?
Alex.
Alex. If I did this to Alex, nice try, Alex. Did I say nice try, Alex?
No.
Yeah, but you know what? What did my body say?
Your body said you didn't do it right.
Yeah, or you suck. You can say it. Exactly. So be careful. You know, one of the things we talk about is that good coaches, when our thoughts and our words and our actions are all in a line, that's when we are our highest self. That's when we are our best as a coach. That is when we are our best as teammates. So communication is very, very key. All right? Sometimes we give communication with our body. If I do this, you know I'm asking for the ball, right? Okay? Same thing. Watch our shoulders. Coaches, watch your body language. Sometimes I play a game up at Golden Goal because we have a lot of games going on, and I drive around in the golf cart with one of my friends. I go, okay, let's play the game. Which coach is winning, which coach is losing? Right? Now guys, you know right away. You see the coach up there is going, right? How are they doing?
They're winning.
Yeah, they're winning. Right. So our body language as players and our body language as coaches is a very key thing. This is part of culture. There's something we're going to talk about the team culture. I don't know these guys, and if I came from Minnesota and I came to the Dutchman, there's something, no matter what the coach does to establish the ambiance or create the place in which we have practice, there's an unspoken rule of how things are here. That's really what we call the culture. So in other words, how do I know how much I can get away with coach in a water break? How can we dress for practice? What's an acceptable time to be late for practice? What's acceptable? These are things that I'll know within 10 minutes of being here, whether it's acceptable or not. And it has nothing to do with what he set up. It's what you guys decide is going to work for you as a group. So that's the group culture. All right? So communication, what else is important? Yes? Cooperation. True. Have you ever seen a team that's got 11 great players, but are they a good team? No, they struggle. Great story, Harvard. Harvard coached one year for crew. Went out and recruited, I think it was the 6 or 8 best athletes in the country. And they brought them in and they wanted to see how good they were going to be. And they were from all over. They were the best of the best. He went around and found the very best. He brought them in. The first thing he did with his assistant, he said, hey, let's see how good these guys are. Let's put them up against the JV. And guess what happened? The JV kicked their butts. Why? Say it. Yeah, they all wanted the ball. They all wanted to be the one. They all wanted to be the one that's going to stay together. You see, the whole thing about being a great team is when we give up me for we become much stronger. It's synergy. So what we do, coaches, is we want to make players start to understand some of these things, which we're going to get to. Let's go after one more question, and we'll get to action. What else is important besides communication and working together, cooperation? There's a big one. It starts with T.
Teamwork.
Teamwork, it's important, but it's under teamwork.
Oh, trying your best.
TR. T-R-U. Trust. You've got to trust one another. So we're going to do a lot of things here. I've got a lot of different activities that we can do that I'll suggest to you that you can do, but trusting one another and working together to solve problems. So here's the thing. I don't want to sit here and talk just about theory. I want to talk about what can you do in practice that's actually going to help decide and figure out certain things about a team. So the very first thing I learned a long time ago is somebody brought a pair of hula hoops out, and he's a first-class team builder, and he said, you know, whenever, and this happens to me all the time, I get invited places. I've been out to Washington. I was out in Seattle up at Kipsaw Academy, and I get to meet this team. So the first thing I want to do is I want to assess the team. How good are these guys? How well do they work together? So here's a little example if your son or daughter has hula hoops that you can use. Guys, I need 2 circles where you're facing each other. Just make 2. And what I want you to do is I want you to take your finger, turn sideways and go, ta-da, make a circle. All right, ta-da, back it out and balance this on your finger. No hookies. You gotta just let it rest on your finger. So what they're doing is they're resting the hula hoop on their finger. Now your job, gentlemen, is I want you to, how quickly can we lower this hula hoop to the floor? Don't hooky, no hookies. All right, go. Now what I'm doing is I'm usually with the coach right now and I'm saying, okay, coach, what's the talk? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is there someone that's screaming at each other to try to get this done? How well are they working together? Is there anyone that's taking more control? Is it a kind of a group thing, or is one guy calling the shots? It's called a helium hoop. Just when you think it's going to go to the floor, it doesn't. Generally what will happen is if you have a group of athletes and you've got the aggressive type A's, they're going to really fight with one another. And sometimes your worker bees, they're going to get it together and they're going to do a little bit better. And here's the thing. What I see here is exactly what happens on the field. All the things that I have, the players, the personalities, who are the ones that hide back, don't step forward, who are the ones that are very aggressive, it all shows up here. So right away I can read out and tell you kind of what's the dynamic. A lot of times when I work with college teams, I'll say to the coach, do you want me to find it, or are you going to come with specific things you want to do? It just takes longer. All right, hold up. Okay, guys, hold up. Wait a minute. What's going on here? Nobody's done it yet. It was supposed to go to the floor. You got it to the floor? All right, what I'd like you to do now, mix the 2 groups up and do it again. Mix them up. Now, let's see what we've learned. Here's the other part about team building. Everybody who got where they are started where they were. So whenever we do, we want to start and see if we can improve upon it. So before we start, let's do start, stop, continue. What do we want to continue doing that's working? What's working?
Communication.
Communication's working?
Trust.
Okay, what do we want to stop doing?
Yelling at people.
Here's the thing. Does yelling help us get better? Listen, here's the thing, Coach. Whenever you do team building, it always relates to the game. Just like our training, all of our tactics, it always should relate back to the game. What does what we're doing here have to do with you as a team on the field? Do you like being yelled at when you're trying to figure something out?
No.
Yeah, no, the game's tough enough, isn't it? So to have positive communication, is that important?
Yes.
Absolutely. So right now, let's try to get positive communication. Are some people bossing us around?
Come on, let's go. Here we go.
Yeah, okay.
Do this.
Right away, he's pointing at somebody else. So, say, hey, it wasn't me. It must have been the coach. So, let's see if we can work together, positive communication, and let's do better than we did before. Ready?
Let's go. Here we go. Let's go.
Here we go. Go. So you get this, what are you guys doing? What's going on here? This is the same thing that happens during the game. So what we want to do is we want to pick the coachable moments of what we can do to help improve communication and our work rate. Guys, stay positive. Let's go.
Okay, let's go, guys.
Nice job.
Okay.
Push it up. What? Y'all need to face it. We're doing it.
Good, gentlemen.
They beat us.
Excellent.
Again?
You're just putting any job.
Keep pushing it up.
Now, here's the thing. Where are they? Where do you want to be?
Down.
Why are you going down? Why are you going up?
Yeah. Wait, what? Okay, good. We even. Here we go. Let's go.
There we go. All the way down. Come on, you got to be in it to win it. Also, you see the kid, it's like this. Who's really involved? Who's checked in? Who's dialed in? Who's not? So we get a lot out of it. One of the things that's also good, coaches, is that we want to build unity right away. So one of the things, whatever you want to do, I use a team clap. So I want to teach it to you right now. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Miss, clap, Dutchman. Got it? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Miss, clap. All right, here we go. Ready? Up to speed. Here we go.
Dutchman.
Oh, that was so lame. Can I hear Dutchman? Here we go.
Dutchman.
Much better. Okay, up on your feet. So, one of the things we want to talk about is characters on a team, give and take, and how we can work together. Would you guys make one large circle? Grab hands. You can either do it what I call Indian style, which means you can either do it this way, or you can do it Indian grab where you hold on each other's wrists. Make a big circle. This is called a yurt circle. Some information for you guys. I'll leave these here. References. This is a book that any coach that is serious about building better teams, this is Greg Dale. He's out of Duke University. He wrote this book called 101 Team Building Activities. Half of the things that you see me do today came from this book. This is like my Bible. All right? He's got videos that you can buy if you're not sure what to do or how to use them. A couple of other books, Quicksilver, Silver Bullets, and Cowtails and Cobras, which is more going towards Project Adventure. 3 good books. I'll leave them here for you guys to look at if you want to copy down information. Also, before you go, please get my card. Use me as a reference if you ever have any team building challenges and you would like to need some help. So what are we doing here? What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the guys to get in a circle. Guys, what I want you to do is back out a little bit. Just put enough on the circle that they feel a little pressure. All right? Don't break over. Put your feet together and remember your number. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
I already got a number.
So you're a 1 and you're a 1.
Yep.
All right, pay attention because you're going to do something different. From this point, your feet should not move. They should stay together. All right? And what I want you to do when I say go, you don't want to let those feet move. I want 1s to lean in and 2s to lean out. But now before you do it, think about this. It's all about balance, grasshopper, right? You want to try to keep it together. All right? Are you ready? 1s lean in, 2s lean out. Go. Hold it. Hold it. Oh, by the way, don't bend at the waist. Try to keep it straight. Good. Good. Switch. Switch. Watch those 2 1s over there. Very good. This is actually very good. Switch. Whoa. Right. So you saw this start to go here. Switch. This is actually pretty good for a team. A lot of times the first thing that happens is they break apart. Straight back, keep your back straight. Switch. Very good. Let's give them a hand. All right. So what's the point of this? How does this relate to the game? How does this relate to the game? Yeah.
Trust.
Oh yeah, do you have to trust each other? Yeah, because if one of you lets go, one of you guys is going to do a face plant, right? What else? Cooperation. Communication. Well, not that much communication, but there was a word I was looking for. It starts with B. Balance. Think about you as a team. Do you have to stay balanced? Get back in your circle again. Grab up real quick. Isn't it true? Now, you'll never be in the shape of a circle while you play, but are you going to be connected in some way?
Yes.
Absolutely. Whatever type of tactical situation you're in, you're connected. While you're playing, teams are going to try to push you and break you down. Are you going to be able to withstand that?
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to be able to withstand pressure? Right? Exactly. By the way, you're just like a chain here. What's that show that used to be on? The chain is only as strong as its weakest what?
Point.
Link. This team, if you're on this team is only as strong as its weakest player. I know there's some good players on this team. As good players, coaches, great players and good players make other players around them better. How many of you work with the player, if you're a good player on this team, work with the player that might be one of your weaker links? Here's the point. Coaches, a lot of time we don't take advantage of the fact that within our team we have mentoring that takes place. So one of the things that's very important that I try to get early on, we do some team and individual goal setting, is these guys will discuss with me what they want to get accomplished. I ask for some goals for soccer. I ask for a personal goal. Might be something to do with school. And then what I do is I get them to mentor one another. Someone on this, oh, come on, let me see it. You got it. Let me see it.
Do it.
Do it.
Come on, Jeff.
It's inevitable. We have to get that out of their system. Good job. So team mentoring. So what I'm talking about is that when a better player works with a weaker player here, we get team accountability. We also get meshing of the fiber of the team. It starts to build bond. Not only that, but we get accountability of the weaker player wanting to make sure he doesn't disappoint his mentor. The mentor also takes pride in the mentoree. And one of the things I mentioned in the last session, one of the beauties of this thing is when we help others, ultimately who do we help, guys? When we help others, who do we ultimately help? Ourselves, absolutely. All right? So, the next order of business, let's see. I got one here. Excuse me one second. Let me just grab something out of this bag. This is great, coaches, if you want to, beginning of the season, you got a bunch of new players on your team. Can I have two groups? Split it in half. Two groups. Quickly get in a circle, split it in half. Coach, I need your help. That's another thing. How long does it take them to get organized? You can't believe on a college team sometimes. You know, the freshmen, they're wandering around. They're not sure where they want to go. Other coaches, it's like automatic. Every freshman's got a senior kind of mentor that's going. Every program's different. Come a little closer, guys. So, Coach, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start out with this nice big football. Let's see what we got here. I got to make sure I got it thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So it doesn't matter the shape of the ball. It doesn't matter what you use. What I'm going to ask these guys to do, and we'll use this group. Come here, guys. Come on over here. Come closer so the coaches can see and hear what you're doing. Guys, get right over there. Get in a circle. Now, I'm going to start with, what's your name?
I'm Danny.
Danny, you're the man. Dan the man. So here's how it works, Dan. I want you to toss the ball to one of the players in the circle, but it can't be the player to either side of you.
Okay.
But pay attention. Wherever it goes, when it comes back to you, it can't be from one of these two guys on either side. So you've got to work out the system. And once you get the system, memorize it, because we're going to be doing it over and over again. But here's the point. You can't throw the ball to the next player until you say what? His name. Okay? You guys get the idea? Coach, set it up. So I'll give you a minute to work it out. So right now I'm watching what they're doing. How are they organizing this? How quickly do they decide how they're going to get it done? What's the process and how they're going to do it? Call the name. Loud. Call your name. No, you call the next person's name. Loud. Okay, you got it? Do it again. It can only go one way. Okay, go ahead. Loud. 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 What's his name?
Casey.
Okay, see, it's the same system. Do it again.
Sean. Colin. Evan. Jack.
It's the same every time, right?
Yep.
So far, it doesn't look it.
It doesn't look like
It should be the same system every time. Guys, bring your group. It should be the same way every time. Guys, bring your group a little closer. So, here we go, a little team building activity. What am I doing here? Well, number one, we're getting to know each other's names. We're also getting a chance to see what we can do and work together. By the way, you can choose these groups. If you have oil and vinegar on your team, oil and water, you put those groups together so that they have to struggle, they have to work together. Do not let the cliques stay the cliques. One of the things I always talk to is about hearing about cliques on teams and how do we break them down. Now listen, are cliques good when a team first gets together? Absolutely. I'll never forget, I was at the NSCAA and Dan Freigang, a great sports psychologist, was talking. He had the lights brought up. And he says, it's very normal that we're going to go where we feel comfortable at first. So when a team first started. And sure enough, the lights came up in the audience, and there was a bunch of older people sitting over here. There was a bunch of young guys with tattoos and earrings sitting over here. A bunch of lady coaches sitting over here. Everybody kind of gravitated to where it was comfortable. Well, it's no different when you join a team. When you first start, that's acceptable. But sooner or later, you want to make sure that that gets blended and melded so that it does not become a very strong clique. Cliques in the beginning are good. Cliques in the end are not good. So you want to be able to break those down, and by the way you set your drills up and what you tolerate in terms of people joining in, body language, comments, make sure that you're monitoring what's said. I even watch at a college thing, when the water break happens, which guy's the first one to go over and just grab his own cup and walk away, and which guy's handing the cups to other guys. I recognize and right away praise the teamwork and the effort. So there's a lot of little things that are going to take place. All right, let's have some fun, guys. Here's how it works. All right, just one ball, please. Here's how it works. Now we want to make it fun. We add competition. So the first thing is, here's how it works. When the ball comes back to the starter, everybody can sit down. Now, the ball has to be in the starter's hands before you sit down. So that means after you throw the ball, you do not sit down until the ball's back into the starter's hands. This is a race. Who's going to have bragging rights? You ready? On your mark, get set, go. Now you notice I didn't tell him anything about how... Oh, what happened? You notice I didn't tell him how big to make the circle and exactly how far apart to pass the ball? That's not important, because what's going to happen is they're going to figure out really quickly that if they stand too close, it's going to be a mess. All right, here we go. Let's see it again. Here we go. One more time, and then we're moving on. On your mark, get set, go. Whoa, stop. Hold it, stop. If I don't hear the names being called, it's not legit. All right, here we go. Once again. Nice and loud. On your mark, get set, go. Woo! Woo! What do you think, coaches? It's pretty close, right? That team over there? All right, everybody up. Now, this time, coach, let's add another ball. Let's add one more ball. So now we have two. All right? So once both balls are back to the starter, you can sit. Now, here's what happens. If you stay in a closed circle, there's going to be too many balls, and it's going to be too close. It's going to get crazy. So automatically, we don't have to fix it. They'll have to figure this out. Here we go. Good strategy. They're already working on the strategy. You guys ready? See, here's the whole thing. Good teams always work on strategy. Here we go. On your mark. Get set. Go. Hold it. Stop. The balls only start from the starter. So one after the other. Ball only comes from the starter. Yes, one right after the other. Sorry. On your mark. Get set. Go. Couple of coaching points. Hey guys, did you notice that some teammates are really concerned about how they pass the ball to you? It's a nice, easy pass. And some other teammates are just burning it at you. How does this relate to the game? Can we have teammates that burn the ball at us and don't give us good passes? Because sometimes, as a teammate, am I more concerned about just getting rid of it, or am I really concerned about how I give it to someone else? Right. When you're more concerned about the other person than you are concerned about yourself, this team goes from a 5-6 to an 8-9. You follow me? So let's bear that in mind and let's add another ball. Coach? So it's 3 in a row? So now, some of the things that I look at as I watch the kids that as there's more balls and there's more pressure, do they wilt or do they get excited? Are they really engaged? And then sometimes I'll call them out and go, what's going on there? Generally, I'll do it with the coach. And I'll say, what's going on with that kid? Hit. And generally, the kid that's wilting with the competition here is the one that has struggles in the game as well. So we encourage them to feel comfortable about making a mistake. It's all right, just and work on that aspect. Okay, guys, here we go. What'd you just say? Say it nice and loud. Say it again.
Back up a little.
Say it again.
Back up a little.
Back up a little. Okay, see, they figured something out. Here we go. On your mark, get set, go. Okay, you guys look great. You guys look like a train wreck. What happened over here? Yeah.
Balls collided as they hit it.
All right, that can happen when the balls collide. Now, what has to happen? What has to happen as soon as you see a ball roll out? What's got to happen? Right, but yes, but how about the guy that's throwing the next ball? Does he have to wait? Yeah. So, in other words, what we're working on here is we're working on focus. We talked in my session earlier about the difference between broad, narrow, and external. You've got to be aware not just of you and what you're doing, but you have to be aware of what's going on around you. How does that relate to the game? Do you ever have to be aware with what's going on around you? Yes. We call that broad focus. How often are we just concerned about the ball at our foot rather than what's going on around us? All right, so these are some of the things you can bring out through the team building session. All right, one more time. One more, baby. Here we go. Let's go for 4. This is a younger team, so I don't put a lot of pressure on them. If this was a college team and we were doing it, I'd be brutal. If a ball hit the floor, it would be all over. We'd start again. I put the pressure on them. I'd make sure that they were very accountable to their teammates. And what happens is when you raise the pressure, then you get the looks, then you get the stare like, it was you again. You know, you dropped it again. What's going on? And so you start to dig into a little bit more of what's going on behind the scenes. Are you ready? Stay positive, good communication. On your mark. This is for the World Cup. Here we go. Get set. Go. I want to see you finish. Come on, you got to finish. Let's go. Finish. No, you're not down. Come on, let's go. Finish. Start again. Start again. I want to see you finish. That's another thing. Don't let them out. Let them struggle. Do not fix it. Don't let them out. Let them struggle. Part of the reason is this guy's not just having serious fun, he's having a lot of fun. Right? So here's the thing, coaches. On every team, there's a cast of characters. And this team's no different. I don't know these guys, but I know that one of them's the team clown. There might be more than one. I know there's one of them that's the team glue that cheers everybody on when the game is tough. There's probably a couple in here that I call the worker bees. They're just so happy to be on this team. They will do anything. In fact, a couple of the guys on the team might even take advantage of them. Hey, go get my ball. Hey, go get my water. You know, there's one guy on the team that's the team downer. As soon as the other team scores, oh, we suck today. And everybody's like, come on, what are you doing? Sometimes that's the rock. I call him because he pulls everybody else down. And what happens when we have a player like that on the team? We've got to work that much harder. Everybody else has got to work that much harder to build everybody back up, to float them. So every team has these cast of characters, and it goes on. You know, especially on women's teams, there's the mother that takes care of everybody, the mother hen. There's the team brown noser that's always tucking up the coach because he doesn't want to run. You know, these dynamics are always there. The difference is what makes a team good and what doesn't is the most important thing that I want to pass to you guys today is number one. To be part of a team, the most important thing you must know is what is your role? What is your role on this team? Now, where do you think you get your role from?
How you act. How you work.
But it's a role. I mean, how you're going to play. Who's going to give you that role?
Coach.
Coach. Now, coaches, this is the biggest responsibility that you have, is to make sure that every one of these guys understands their role on this team. Understands the role that when I go in for him, you guys are in big trouble because I'm not as good as him. And you're gonna have to change the way you play when I go in for him. That means that pass that you could put bing on a line, I'm never gonna get to. And you've got to change the way that you play. So it's not just the fact that, oh, you're playing center midfield, that's your role. No, no, no. Specifically. Here's the most important thing, coach. Just because you told them their role doesn't mean that they understand their role. So you can do lots of fun things. Sometimes I take a ball of twine and I will give it to, just do this real quick for me. Guys, stand up for a minute. Take a ball of twine. You hold the end of this and you say, my name is, what's your name?
Sean.
Sean, and I play
Defense.
defense, and my role is what? What's your coach tell you what you do on defense?
Not let anybody behind.
Now, nobody allowed behind you, Sean, and you throw it to someone else, holding on to your string.
Wait, can I put this down?
Yeah, you can, Dan. So then throw it to the next guy, hold on to that string, that goes to him, right? And then he's going to tell what his role, hold on to your string. Then he's going to tell his role, and hold on to the string, and so on. By the time you get done, you've got this incredible web. And then what I usually do after, and what's going on is the coach is asking them to tell them what their role is. So if they tell their role and it's great, coach goes, great, next. If the role is incorrect, he has an opportunity to correct it. By the time it's done, you've got this incredible spider web. And then what I usually do is I start piling things on top of the spider web. I'll put a bag on there, I'll put some balls on it. I'll say, okay, we've got this great fabric. How much can we take? How much can we handle as a group before that breaks down? How strong are we together as a unit by what we understand? So once again, a team building activity. So guys, was that fun?
Yeah.
So what did you learn? This is what we call a debrief in a team building meeting. What did you learn about doing the ball activity that could come on in, guys? What that would relate to the game? Huh? What would relate to the game that you learned from that? How would, huh? You had to have a strategy. Very important. What else did you have to have? Communication was huge, wasn't it? What did you learn about when there was more than one ball? What did you have to do?
Patience.
Focus. You had to be patient. Right? You had to be more concerned about giving it to the other person than getting rid of it yourself, correct? So those are good things. All right. Over in that blue bag, guys, unzip that bag and everybody take a stick out of that blue bag over there. And this is not Mortal Kombat, so no samurai warriors. Okay, you get the point? So what we're looking for is we're trying to get them through a series of activities to talk about communication, about trust, and how to organize certain things. Sticks are always interesting. Over here, guys, I need you in a circle. Now, depending upon if you have, this is just simple pieces of closet pole you can buy from Home Depot or Lowe's. I cut them into about 30-inch sticks. That's all it is. When I tell you that if anything you walk away from, if you go out and get yourself a bag of sticks, you will have a team building fun thing forever. The progression of things that you can do with U8s right up to U16s with this is all there. Obviously, you're going to see me go through 3 or 4 different progressions with this. I would stop after the first 1 or 2 with U10s, U9s, because after that it starts to get more hand-eye coordination, and frustration will build up, and not only that, just fear of sticks. You know, there's just a point, they're not ready for it. All right, so guys, in a circle, please. What I'd like you to do, if I may borrow your stick, sir, I would like everybody put the right foot forward and put the stick in front of the right foot like that. Back it out a little bit. You want to have enough room so that you can reach it a little bit more. All right, now, a little bit more. Back it out a little bit more. Make it into a circle so it doesn't look like an amoeba. We want a circle. Good. You want to be able to, now, you'll know that the spacing is good is if you can pick your stick up and move it to the left and put it in front of the guy's foot to the left of you. Pick your stick up and move it to the left. Make sure the stick is standing up straight. There we go. Now, when I say go, I want you to reach back and grab the stick in front of your foot. Go. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. But you can use the other hand. I forgot to tell you, one hand stays behind your back. Put your favorite hand on the stick. See, this is really just for our entertainment. Now, one of the things I'm going to see is who, you'll watch, I'm just going to let them try to fix it. I'm going to see who steps up and takes the lead on this thing, see if anybody rises to the occasion. We'll find out who some of they may not be the captains, just to see, it could be social. All right, here we go. Now, everybody understand what I want? Pick your stick up to the left. When I say go, only one hand, sir. I see you already starting with the other hand. You're going. It's only you only use one hand. You don't use this hand. Okay? Ready? Reach back. Go. All right, let's do it. I need 3 in a row. Here we go. How are we going to do this?
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yes.
All right, let's see it again. I need 3 in a row. That's 1.
1, 2, 3.
See, they've already gotten the norm that they're all going to say it, which is exactly where we want to be. A lot of times we don't get there for a while. I let them struggle. Then I say, well, what happens if he's sick that day? Good. Okay. Now let's play just a quick game. I want to show the coaches what the game is, but we're not going to play it all the way. The game is called You Against the Sticks, and here's how it works. The first time that you move it and you get it without it falling, you get a point. To get another point, how many times do you think you're going to have to do it? 2. To get a third point?
3.
To get a fourth point?
4.
Game's to 5. But at the same time, if the stick falls right away, sticks get a point. Let's play a couple and see how you do. Here we go. We're not going to play the whole game. Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, 1-0 you. Go.
1, 2, 3.
Well done. They're doing very well.
1, 2, 3.
Gary. Oh, all right. Okay, 2-1. Game's on. Game's on. Here we go. No bagel.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. 3-1. Keep going. You're there. Come on.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, 3-2. Here we go. Come on, guys.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's good save. Here, okay. Here we go. This is the one. This is the one. Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Now you see, I let him off the hook too. I only let him have to do 1 for each time. All right, guys, bring it a little closer. First of all, I want to compliment them. You see how automatically they all got into 1, 2, 3. This is where you want to ultimately get to. We don't always get there right away. Sometimes I have to ask questions about why is only so-and-so in this one calling it out? And then you watch the circle coaches. You find out who's really engaged. Is everybody locked in? Is everybody dialed in? Because the kids that aren't dialed in here, I can guarantee, are the same ones that aren't dialed in on the sideline or in the game. They're the same ones. And when I first started doing this, I would walk up to the coach kind of going, I don't know, coach, but this is what I'm seeing. He goes, oh, yeah, absolutely. At this point, after 10 years, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's the guy. You know, I'm very comfortable with it because I've seen it so many times. Yeah, any questions? Okay, so let's go to the next level, guys. So make your circle again. Right here, stay here. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. There we go. This time, all right, put your sticks down. Now this time, the stick stays and you move as a team. The stick stays and you move. Go. Okay, I'll say it again. The stick stays right where it is, but you guys have to move.
Which way are we going?
Now, here again, coach, this is a classic case where we say, how are you leaving it for your teammate kind of thing? Are we more concerned about just getting out of dodge and grabbing our stick? Are we more concerned about helping each other? Go ahead.
1, 2, 3.
Ooh, okay. So now, Here's the way it makes the game fun. Now, gentlemen, I'm going to tell you that has everything to do with your game, everything to do with you as a person and in your life. If you don't stretch your limits, you're going to set your limits. What do I mean by that?
If you don't go as hard as you can all the time, then you won't be better.
Right, you got to stretch yourself a little bit. So right now I want to stretch our limits. Everybody take a step back. Here we go. One step. Here we go. Let's see a circle. Dan, you bring the stick with you. Dan, bring the stick. There we go.
1, 2, 3.
Nice. One more.
1, 2, 3.
Good. Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. So you could create all sorts of games, call it penalties, you know, if the guy drops it more than twice. One of the things that happens is that you'll see sometimes with groups, it's not always the same. These guys are pretty good, where consistently it's the same guy, it's the same problem. So one of the things that will happen is you could say, what are we going to do about this? Are we going to keep doing the same old thing we've always done? If we do, we're going to get the same old thing we've always got. So what are we doing? So as a team builder, I'm always saying, I'm not saying anything except fix it. So this time, let's see you stretch your limits a little bit more. Step it back. Here we go. No, the stick comes with you. Bring the stick back by your foot. There you go. Bring your stick back by your foot. All right, here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Good. One more.
1, 2, 3.
Excellent. Stretch it out one more time. Take a step back. Now, guys, if you're doing this on grass, watch out for the gamer. There's always one guy who's going to grind the stick into the ground, so it'll just stand up by itself. All right, here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, well done, well done. One more. Oh, okay, that's what you want to do. That's fine. All right, now listen. Shh. Let me ask you a question. Who's got a strategy that's going to help us now? Sir.
Dive court. I know.
Dive? What's an idea?
Do whatever you got to do.
There we go. Do whatever you got to do. What? Okay. Well, whatever it is that we're going to do. Guys, one of the things that's very important is that we want to, and this is always very important, whenever we decide to do something as a team, that we all buy in. If we all don't accept what we're going to do, it's not going to work. This is the second part. Do you know your role? Number 2, do you accept your role on the team? Regardless of what your mom or dad thinks the coach is, or somebody that you coached you before, do you accept your role on the team? Even if that means you don't start this year. Maybe you're the first guy off the bench. Do you accept the role that the coach has given you? That's what helps make a great team. All right, let's go for it. Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Whoa, well done. One more. All right, there we go. Let's see what you got. You've got it, boys. Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, almost. Let's give a big hand. All right, all right. Now, okay, before you go into your Don Mattingly swing, this is where it's going to get entertaining, and this is where coaches, you'll see, obviously there's an age limit where we wouldn't do this. Here's what I want now, guys. This is very, very important. You're going to catch this stick, okay? You're going to look to the right, but you're going to pass the stick to the left. So here's how it's going to go. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay? U11s, U12s can do this. And if they can't, you're going to be very entertained. All right, get the circle where it's comfortable. You're looking right, and you're throwing which way? Now, by the way, if you feel more comfortable using 2 hands, wimps use 2 hands, warriors use 1. I'm just saying that. Just saying. Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Don't say anything, Coach. I'm not saying anything. You know, I'm just going to let them work it out. Okay, let's go. What are we going to do? Let them. Here's the thing. Go ahead, guys.
1, 2, 3.
One hand if you can. Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Good. Again.
1, 2,
Good. Some of them are actually almost grabbing the stick before it leaves the other guy's hand. I want to see the stick go up in the air, so everybody take a little step back, just a little. Boy, you guys have got really big littles. Not that far, that's good. All right, let's try it again. Here we go. This is going to make them, to force them to toss it.
1, 2, 3.
Excellent, excellent. Hang on one second, boys, before we continue. Bruce Tuckman, back in 1965, talks about the 4 stages of a team. The first stage is forming. This is when everybody gets to meet each other. Forming would be the kind of thing we did at the beginning where we got to get to know each other's names. In the forming stage, it's like, hey, dude, I love your shoes, man. It's cool. Where are you from? You know, I like you. The next stage is storming. Storming is the stage where there's a little bit of conflict. Maybe coaches started to make some decisions about who's starting, who's not. All of a sudden now, I'm really tired of looking at his yellow sneakers. I'm just bored, or maybe he's always the one that's making everybody laugh and it's kind of making me mad. Whatever. The personalities of the players start to come out a little bit. So the storming stage is a very important stage. And here's what, coaches, you cannot fix this. All you can do is create the environment that's going to help that conflict work itself out by putting odd couples together, things that are going to make things work out, but you cannot fix it. They have to fix it. All right? And if you don't fix it, the next stage they'll slide up into is norming. Norming is where they start to understand their role from their coach. They start performing it, doing what they need to do, but every once in a while they slide back down into storming because it wasn't really fixed yet. And so there's a lot of teams, even at the college level, that go norming, storming, norming, storming. Injuries, personality conflicts. All of a sudden someone's starting over another guy because the coach is giving him a new look. And it creates dynamics. So the whole thing is, you as a coach, you want to watch the dynamics. Where are we? Are we starting to norm? Are they starting to really get their role and understand it? Where the point is that you're not always telling Johnny or Susie, look, remember what I told you, this is what you're supposed to do. It's at the point, I know, coach, this is what I'm supposed to do. And they start to do it. And then there are those moments of brilliance where they actually go to the final stage, which is performing. Now there's a fifth one, but you guys won't see it as much, as where basically the team breaks up, it's done, and it moves on to another team. And it's called adjourning, actually. So it's norming, storming, forming, storming, norming, and performing. So I said that wrong. Norming, storming, storming, forming, storming, norming, and performing. Okay, let's see it again, guys. Let's see what you can do with it. Yep, one more time.
1, 2, 3.
Excellent. Now I'm going to raise the bar on them. Guys, this is what I want. Ready? Go. 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 Now, did you notice that some guys were like, okay, we got this. And the other guy's like, whoa, I'm not ready. I got to think about this. We got a new thing to do here. This is personalities. We'll talk a little bit about that. Here we go. One more time. Let's see you do it.
1, 2, 3. Go. Go.
There's always one guy that gets shelled. It's like how did he end up with this? It's magic. You ended up with 4 sticks. It's incredible. All right. Now, guys, what happened there? How many of you didn't notice that this guy had 4 sticks? The only way that happens is this guy kept going, go, go, go. This is our focus now. We got to keep a broad focus. We want to pay attention. When a stick hits the floor, I'll know right away if you guys are dialed in as a team because you go, whoa, stop, that's it. And I'm not going to see 5, 6 sticks flying. All right, let's do it again. Here we go. All right, and stop. Did I ask for 1, 2, 3, go, 1, 2, 3, go? What did I ask for?
Go, go, go.
Okay, just checking. That was better. We were down to 2. Nobody had more than 2. Okay, again. Again.
1, 2, 3, go. Go. Go.
All right, not bad. Let's give him a big hand. All right. I'm just going to demonstrate the last one because I want to get to one more activity before we run out of time. So right now, listen very carefully. Let's see if you can do this and do it correctly. Every other person drop their stick. I didn't say that all of you drop it. I just wanted every other person to drop one and the other guy to hold on to their stick. But that was very impressive. So every other one somebody should have a stick. Now, with the person that doesn't have the stick, another one, the person that's dropped it, join up with the person who does have the stick. So do we know who's dropped their stick? All right, and then come on over here with your partner and face each other. Right here, hold the stick like this. I'm just going to demonstrate what you can do. This is for you 16, you 14, boys, girls. You can do this. Get closer, guys. Get close, right shoulder to shoulder, right next to each other. There you go. Come on. You guys are familiar with an Indian run, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right, so what's going to happen, you guys got it right here. So what would happen is, the first guy on the line, they pass their stick down. Pass it down. Pass it down all the way to the end. Pass it down the end. No. Now, you guys get ready. Now you got to climb up and go down these sticks. Go.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? Figure it out. No, you got to step on them. One at a time. Hold your teammates. Guys, where's your teammate? All right. I'm going to stop here. You guys get the idea? So it'll be an Indian run, and it's over when these two are finally back in the position they started. All right. Okay. All right, that's it. We're on a wood floor, so let's go down. Okay, break. Okay, guys, do me a favor. Would you put all the sticks to the side, please? Let's give them a hand. Okay, guys, get the 2 soccer balls, and inside that tin, inside that crate, there's a couple of strings. Open it up. Bring the 2 balls out. So you can see where that progression would go to, where you can actually do the Indian run. With college teams, I put structures in the way where they've got to get over a table. So now they're actually stretched out, so they're not right next to each other. There's an obstacle that they got to get over. And what I do is I lay it out saying, okay, this is making it to the NCAA tournament. This is this, and we keep making it bigger challenges and saying, how do we respond to bigger challenges? So can we do it? So that kind of thing. All right. So did you figure that out yet? Okay. How many guys do we have? Let's just use one till we make it quick. Turn this into a big circle. 1 ball. My wife's baking tin. She doesn't know I have it. All right, open it up. This is you're looking at a bicycle inner tube and a bunch of rope from Home Depot. All I did was snip the valve stem off. By the way, this is part of the team building thing. How quickly can they unset? I never fix anything for them. It's in the box. They got to take it out. They got to figure out how to work it. All right, guys, here's the deal. Right now, I want you to put that circle around the ball. Guys that don't have it, team up. Team up with somebody. Team up. I'm going to make this a little bit more competitive. That wasn't enough. Give me a little more. Okay, guys, here's the deal. You guys have to figure out how to pick that ball up off the ground. You can't roll it. You got to figure out how to pick it up, and you've got to carry it down as a group and balance it on my wife's cake tin. No, you got to stay in a circle, and you got to stay at the end of your ropes. This is where I watch negative talk. I watch how they work together as a unit. Sometimes during a session when we get to this point, they slide back. This is not easy because they got to come up with a formula of how they're going to do this. And they got to agree, and it's a lot of people. Oh, I forgot to tell you, if you drop the ball, you got to come back and we got to start again. Team up with somebody else. Grab one. Join in with him. Join in with him. Stay on the end of your rope, boys. That's the only rule. You gotta stay on the end of your rope. Back here. Come on. Don't cheat the game. You're starting to figure it out. So the big lesson here is, I'm going to jump ahead here, is that some people have to do very little. Others have to do a lot. Are you willing to accept your role? Are you willing to do whatever needs to be done? Oh, so we build frustration. This is where we talked in the earlier session about, are you going to get frustrated or fascinated? Is this a problem or a possibility? So this is a way to build attitude. On the end of your ropes, gentlemen. On the end of your ropes. I love you. I love your enthusiasm. On the end of your rope. All the way out. All the way out. All right, come on. You guys are getting it. While they're figuring this out, I want to tell you a few things. We talked about the twine game, doing the twine thing. Another thing to do, one time, ask your kids to write down why they play. Why do they play the game? What inspires them about why they like to be on this team? What's important to them? Another thing, the envelope. If you've got a nice long season, you want to pull it together. Maybe you know that there's maybe got one game left. You get a number of 3x5 cards for every kid on the team. If there's 16 kids on the team, you get 16 sets of cards. You put them in an envelope. You get the kids together at someone's house for a pasta dinner or whatever, and you ask them to write about each player. So what will happen is, let's say John's the first one. Say, John, everybody can write something about John. Why you like having him on the team, what it's about. It's supposed to be positive. It's supposed to be about why they like playing with him. And it's not supposed to be, your girlfriend's really hot and you really suck at Xbox. That's not where we're going. So what we're after, though, is when it's done, the kid gets all 16 of his teammates have their card for him, and the envelope is delivered to him sealed. He's not allowed to open it till he gets home in his room. Let me tell you something. I've got college kids that I coached. They say, Coach, I still got my cards. It's just one of those things that you talk about, how do you pull a team together? How do you guys remember what it was like? They save the cards because they remember what it was like playing with one another. And the things that were said. Come on, time's almost up. We got 1 minute. Now actually, that's only level 1. This is level 2, it's a plunger. They got to balance it on there, so that's when it gets really challenging. So I can raise the bar and raise the level of frustration. Are they storming right now? Yeah. Okay. Let's hold up there just 1 second. Let's see if we can be more successful. You'll notice that focus is waning. They're starting to just play with the strings. Some of the guys have already checked out. Okay. Shh. All right, some of you guys have already checked out. You're not willing to fight through it. So I'm going to say something, and I'm probably right about this, Coach. You tell me. This is a good team. But when the chips are down, can they start to get at each other a little bit? And can frustration build in?
Not verbal.
Yeah.
It's more effort on the field.
Uh-huh. Because I'm seeing that it's things have gotten a little, this was fun. Now we start to get a little more challenging. And now I'm seeing that, I'm finding out where their mettle is. Yeah, they'd much rather play with the ropes rather than work it out. So as a coach, you have the right to turn the notch up a little bit and demand a higher level of teamwork. So that's part of it. Okay, guys, one more time. This is what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to give you a little hint. If guys on, you two guys on that end, you two guys pull, and the other guys don't do anything, you're going to be able to pick it up. Here we go. Just the guys on the end. There you go. All right, get it down there. Let's go. Walk together. That's it. Let's give him a hand, Coach. Coaches, I won't keep you. Thank you very much for your time. I have some cards. If you, or I'll give you my email. It's gar58nj@gmail. So it's gar58nj@gmail. Email me, and I will send you, just say I was in the team building session, and I'll send you some free stuff that you can use in your coach's toolbox that have to do with games and things. And so I'll give you some websites to go to, get some ideas. Thank you again. All right, good job, boys. Bring it in. Let's give him another hand. Good job.